our last video, we, and by we I mean Jonathan, have been busy building a new compost toilet. We're going to remove our existing sea toilet and replace it with the compost toilet, and we just wanted to talk a little bit about why and then show you our new toilet, which is very exciting. So the toilet we have at the moment is a sea toilet, and it works by basically just emptying all of the sewage straight into the ocean, which as environmentalists is not something that we're very comfortable with. It's also not very practical.
Yeah, especially now we're currently docked at a pontoon, and it would be disturbing to just flush all our waste directly into the water.
Yeah, no one wants to see that. And also in some countries it's not legal to do that, and we are planning on travelling around a lot, so we could be in a difficult situation if we can't empty our toilet.
As another solution to that, a lot of boats have holding tanks to keep their sewage until an appropriate time to pump it out, but they generally are really smelly, and the idea of just having like this huge tank under the bed full of poop.
Yeah, because that's where the tank usually goes, is under the bed. We don't want to sleep on our own poop.
Yeah, and I've also heard horror stories of like pipes breaking and it just sewage just all over the boat, and it's just
yeah, it's not what we need, so we decided that a compost toilet was a much nicer and more environmentally friendly solution. So we wanted to talk a bit about how a compost toilet actually works, because I think a lot of people are a bit confused about how that works on a boat. So you may be familiar with a conventional compost toilet, which is basically just a bucket and everything goes into the bucket and you put sawdust on top. With a boat, you tend to separate out the pee and the poo. When
they're separated, the solid waste can be dried out. So a compost toilet is normally fitted with a ventilation fan, which will just dry everything out, and then that prevents it from smelling, and it makes it easier to dispose of, because you can just take your waste and dump it in a bin, just like dog poo.
Nice. Yeah, so normally the toilet has the separator fitted, so you pee into the front, you poo into the back, and the pee goes into one container and it can just be dumped overboard or dumped into the sink. Pee is sterile, so it's not too gross, and then the other stuff can be dried out and, like Jonathan said, just put in a bin. So when we first started looking into compost toilets, we were a bit surprised at the price of the commercial ones. They are very expensive. They start at about £500, some of them are more like £750, and we were like, it's a glorified poo bucket, we're not spending like our life savings on it. So we started looking into other options, i.e. building our own, and we found that it is very feasible. The main part, you need just a separator, and beyond that you just need containers and a fan and to build a frame.
Yeah, just some time and some basic woodworking tools to make a box, really. The wood pieces were larger than the bike that we had to move them, so we had to resort to some interesting transport methods. Here you can see some of the parts, including the separator, and here I am drawing out a pattern. So lining up the pieces with the pattern and assembling them all together. Here I'm making the hole for the separator. And fitting the toilet seat. And here we have it all finished.
Our compost toilet ended up costing us about £130 in total, so a lot cheaper than buying a commercial one. We'll just do a quick rundown so you can see where that expense came from. And the main part, or the most expensive part, is the separator. It's something we maybe could have built ourselves, but we decided to buy a pre-made one. It just didn't seem worth the effort of trying to build one, and it looks a lot nicer as well. That was £60.
Often they cost about £80 to £100, but we found one that was listed as a second, meaning it has some minor cosmetic flaws, and so got that at a discount.
And then there was the cost for materials, so that was mainly wood. Then there was the toilet seat, which is just a standard ordinary toilet seat for £15.
The ventilation is really just a computer fan. It's the same fan that's used to cool down CPUs, and you can find those on eBay for really cheap. They're about £5, but in addition to that, we need to get that ventilated air outside. So we're going to use a standard skin fitting, which is what goes through the hull of a boat. We'll use that because it's very convenient, because you can attach a pipe right to it, and then put a vent cover over it so that no water gets in. So the total for those bits is about £27.
One other expense, which is something of an optional one, you wouldn't necessarily need to do this, but we are planning to fill in the gaps in the wood and also paint the toilet so it looks nicer. That should be a very small expense. We're estimating it won't be more than £5. The final expense is the containers for our waste. With a pee bottle, we ended up just using an empty water bottle that we found in a recycling bin. Just cut the top off it. It's a good size, seems to work fine, so that cost us nothing. We don't have another container yet for the poo. We're not sure how much we'll spend on that. We're hoping we can just, again, find something in recycling, but if not, we estimate that it won't be more than £5.
Yeah, so that brings our grand total to £132. So now that our toilet is finished, we still have to install it in the heads, because at the moment it's just in the middle of the saloon.
We did already try it out though. It works, does the job.
We're going to need to remove the sea toilet that's there currently, install the vent and the fan, and that will be it.
Ready to go. Well, I'm so excited about this because we haven't had a proper toilet the whole time we've had the boat so far, so it's gonna be good. Well, we hope this video was helpful and that you enjoyed it, and if so, then please like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video.
Bye.